Welcome back to my channel, everyone. I have such an exciting video. This is actually a last minute decision to film this video, hence the lighting. In my last Amazon Shop With Me video, I had mentioned how I saw this TikTok of this girl making a video about things that she found incredibly chic. I talked about some wine glasses in that video, and I thought today, why not do a home edition of things that I find incredibly chic, that are in my cart, that are on my wish list, and share them with you guys. I absolutely love filming these videos because in a way it kind of makes me feel like I have a brick and mortar. So many of you have told me that you feel like I'm your personal shopper. And I just thought this was a little bit of a different take than my normal like Amazon Shop With Me and even other sites that I do. So anyway, I just had to put that little intro because I'm excited. I want to talk about a few things that I find incredibly chic for the home. First thing is monogram. I have never been a monogram person, but recently I find it just so elevated, specifically tonal monogram. For example, actually I have an example. For example, my tissue box holder. This is tonal. The thread is pretty much the same exact color as the linen on the cover. To me, this is a much more elevated version of the monogram, and I just love it. I love it so much. I have been on this like monogram kick. So right now, something that I'm eyeing that I think you will love too is monogrammed cocktail napkins. I found these cocktail napkins on Amazon actually, and I've seen them all over, but these specific ones on Amazon, I love the font. They have like a double letter. Oh my gosh, I think that they are gorgeous. I'm gonna order these in like a tonal white. They are stunning. The font, and it says it's handmade, like a small business, which is also really cool. The font is absolutely breathtaking. I have ordered cocktail napkins in the past. They're actually in my decor closet outside. I don't love the font that I chose. These are so much more sophisticated, more elevated. I just think that these are so beautiful for my little mini bar, but also for our coffee table. Another monogram item that I have saved is a monogrammed bath mat. I think doing monogram, you gotta be careful. I feel like I don't want it everywhere, but I want it in some tasteful areas that I think just adds a little bit of elegance. Having a bath mat, you don't see it because I drape our bath mat over the bathtub and then I close the shower curtain, so it's never out. But when we have guests come over and they go to pull the bath mat out, that little hidden detail, I love that. Also stationery, if you guys remember, I was just at Home Goods and I loved some of their stationery. Well, I found some with the monogram that I think are absolutely beautiful. I have thought about a hand towel as well that I have here on my Amazon storefront, same vendor. I think that these are so pretty. I think for the hand towel, I would be a little bit more specific when I have this out and how I have it displayed, just so it doesn't get too tacky. I don't know if that's the right word, just like too much, you know, I don't want it everywhere. But like I said, in a couple little specific spots, I think that that would be just darling. And where I think I got this love for is the vintage monogram napkins, the ones that I've been embroidering on my own. It has opened this whole new world to monogramming for me. So anyway, loving monogram. I think it's incredibly chic and I want to add more of it to our home. One thing I'm going to do actually, and another thing that I find incredibly chic, is pillowcases with a flange. I think that this looks very tailored, a little bit more elevated, and I ordered new bedding for our bed from Quince, and I am going to hand embroider my initial and Zach's initial. I was gonna do like a big on the pillow, like do a J in the middle and then our first and middle initial on each pillow. But then I thought, is that too much? You let me know. Do you think that's too much? Or I do have an example. I saved it on Pinterest. I just do it in the corner, which is kind of what I'm leaning towards, but let me know what you think. These are a sneak peek at our new bedding. They are a sateen, so a little bit different than what I have right now because I typically go for linen, which I think is like an earthy chic thing to add to your home. I think good linen is incredibly chic as well. I got this bedspread from Quince. And now I'm kind of like, ooh, do I like the sateen? But I really wanted to play on different textiles. So we are building a bed for our room, and it's gonna be like a linen slipcover bed. So I got the sateen sheets to kind of offset that. But I also got a linen bedspread, just in case. So linen to me is incredibly chic. I think it's incredibly timeless. I really love just like this, like, I don't know, it has like this like cool girl vibe about it, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like linen is kind of like the more chill sister. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I do find linen incredibly chic as well. Another thing that I think is so sophisticated in a home and that really helps elevate it is silver. You guys know, recently I have been head over heels for silver. Specifically, polished nickel or silver plated. To me, those are the two finishes that are elevated. I feel like you can't do any silver, it's gotta be specific. So silver frames that I've been getting, as long as they're silver plated, they're gonna have a little bit more of that warmer tone to them, which helps with decorating because it goes with your warmer pieces and also your cooler pieces. Anyway, I'm loving silver, you guys know. So a couple pieces I wanted to talk about when it comes to the silver. These coupes from CB2 are absolutely incredible. They do say stainless steel, so that does scare me a little bit. But the shape of these are incredible. I think that these are so beautiful for espresso martinis, affogatos. You could even do a little charcuterie, little appetizer in them. I've done that before. If I have the video, I will put it on screen. But I just think that these are so beautiful. This silver tray from Amazon, I've been sharing this a ton. I have decided I think I am gonna get it. I feel like I need it. And I just think it's very elevated. I also really love that this silver is fresh and new. I have so many vintage pieces, which I love, but there's nothing better than buying silver like fresh. For example, I have a little dish on my coffee table that I got from Williams-Sonoma. It's just so beautiful. Let me show you. This is the dish on my coffee table. It is absolutely stunning. It was a little spendy for what it is, but it's an heirloom piece. I will have this forever. I actually kind of want to get a second one. I love it so much. I feel like this would be really pretty in our bedroom as well. It's stunning, and the crispness of the silver, even when I polish vintage silver, it doesn't come out like this. So another beautiful, very chic item, very chic material, silver. I feel the exact same way about cut crystal. Recently, my love for cut crystal, especially mixed in with my rustic pieces, has completely brought a new vibe to my space, and I am so happy I've been playing with crystal and silver, but crystal, because it just brought this elevated look to the space without being too much. And I think it's because I have a little bit of that earthy. Anyway, a few pieces I want to mention. My cut crystal lamps. I love a crystal lamp. I think that that is just a fun way to add a little bit of that glam to a space that still feels elevated and not too much. I feel like doing this very tastefully is the key. You don't want to overdo it. So picking out a few pieces like a crystal lamp. The crystal clocks, I think that that is such a beautiful way. It's just one little piece that you have on your bedside table, and it's just sweet. It's so pretty, but it feels elevated, if that makes sense. So loving that. Cut crystal barware, yes, give me all. And I feel like a bar area is where you can kind of overdo this if you wanted to, because a bar can really handle the glitz. It has this like masculine vibe about it, even with all that glitz, and I think it's so stunning. But there's so many other pieces that I have found recently. For example, this little crystal box for the bedside table, chic. I probably wouldn't do the crystal lamp with this box, but if you did one on either side of the bedside table, it kind of flanks them, but it's not the exact same item. Oh, also silver plated picture frames. I don't know if I said that, but I saved some on my Amazon that are the same brand, the one that I got from Home Goods, and it's silver plated. These are so good. There's a little square one, have to have that. And then a very safe way to do the cut crystal is doing something like these little tea light holders, because you could put these on a table or a coffee table, but you can tuck them away when you don't have the table set. So I think that this is like a good introductory to kind of play with this material and see if you like it, is to add sparkle through candlelight. I do the same kind of vibe with my fairy lights, a subtle way to add in the crystal without doing too much. So anyway, I think cut crystal is incredibly chic. Going right from that to drinkware, this is the one I mentioned in my Amazon video, but drinkware to me, it just gives me a feeling. Whenever I go to a restaurant or someone's home and they serve me a drink in a beautiful, fine cocktail glass, I feel so sophisticated. I feel just like, it just gives you that feeling. And if you know, you know, but it just feels so elegant and dainty and just so good. So for me, whenever I'm trying to find glassware, I do love a little bit more of a delicate, very thin glass. I have some stemless wine glasses that I purchased from Amazon years ago. These, even though they're stemless, they are so fine. They are so delicate and dainty. They feel so high end, and they're a stemless glassware, or stemless wine glass, excuse me. That is chic. Also, the same wine glasses that I mentioned in the last video, I will mention again. Absolutely stunning. The silhouette, the thinness of the glass, just. And then for a heavier version is like a rocks glass, something that is a little bit more hefty, but because it has the cut crystal, it gives a little bit of that glitter, it gives a little bit of that sophistication. Completely different drink, completely different vibe, but also very chic. And yes, I'm gonna say chic a lot because that's the whole vibe of this video, so I apologize for maybe overusing that word, but it's a chic video. Another thing I find incredibly elevated is doing a water carafe on your bedside table. I recently started doing a turn down service for us almost every night. Sometimes I miss, but I will pull our bed back. I kind of try to make it feel like a hotel, like luxury thing for us, because you know, there's nothing better at a hotel than going into your room and having turned down, and they have the water by the bed and they pull down, they have your slippers. You feel so pampered. So I try to do that with our room. And I put out a little water carafe, especially on Zach's side of the table. Sometimes I take my Stanley in the room, I'm not gonna lie. But I should do it on my side as well. It's so chic. It just feels like you're being pampered, and I love it. It's just really nice. Oh, and I light a lavender candle. That's something I've recently started doing. It just creates this whole ambiance, this whole vibe, and it romanticizes life. And it just is like, it's just fun. It's just those small little things that you can do to romanticize life. And I just think it's fun. The lavender candle that I use in our room is from Maison Louis Marie. I'll link it down below. All of this stuff will be linked down below if I put pictures, but I will link my Amazon storefront where I've saved all of this, or anything that I have pictured will be linked down below. But oh, sorry, I was gonna say, I'm getting sidetracked here. The Maison Louis Marie lavender candle, it's a clean candle, so I don't feel bad about lighting it in our room, you know, like an hour before we go in there. It just creates this beautiful lavender. It's such a beautiful lavender scent. Absolutely stunning. But also, another thing I find incredibly chic is having a signature scent. I've talked about this so many times. all over my channels, a signature scent to me is just something I think every home needs. I like to light a candle right by the front door, so when our guests arrive, they're hit with that scent right away. And the scent that I love and that I've chose for our signature scent is Le Labo Santal 26. To me, it smells like a luxury hotel. In fact, I think some luxury hotels use that scent. That one's a bit spendy, so an affordable option I use is Maison Louis Marie number 4. It smells almost identical. I love having a signature scent. To me, first of all, I think having a candle lit right when your guests arrive, it makes them feel thought of. They see the candle lit, they smell the scent, and they know that you prepared for their arrival, which I think really makes them feel some sort of way. You know what I mean? And I just think it just adds this experience to their visit to your home. But also, when they smell that scent out in the world, when they're not at your home, it will immediately take them back to the time that they spent at your home. And I think that is luxury, because when you go to a hotel and you smell their scent, when you smell that, you think about your it works. It's a thing. I know it. It's a thing. So signature scent, incredibly chic. I think everyone should have one. I would play around with scents that you really love and figure out what yours is, and then and that's another thing, is keep consistent with it. You got to play in the beginning to find your signature scent, but once you find it, stick with it. So when people, so they really do attach that scent to you. Okay. That's a bit intense, but I'm so passionate about having a signature scent. Another thing I find chic is doing a tablescape and just romanticizing your life. But I don't always do this. Sometimes we eat at the coffee table, sometimes we eat at the kitchen island. In fact, I don't do this as much as I want to be doing this, but setting a table for dinner and really unplugging and enjoying, and I mean light the candles, do a little floral arrangement if you have flowers or things that you can, or you went to the grocery store, pick up a little flower. Set the table completely, put the water glass, put the flatware, put the dinnerware. It just, again, creates this whole ambiance. And it really is the little things in life that just really it's just a little happy. You know, it's like these little luxuries that we can do to just romanticize life and enjoy a little bit more. I think that's all I'm gonna mention in today's video. I could go on and on about things that I find chic, but these are a few things that I'm going to be doing to our home. Ordering the napkins, getting the did I say matchboxes? I didn't mention the matchboxes. Another thing that I'm going to do and that I find incredibly chic is matchboxes, custom matchboxes. I know a lot of people do these for their wedding, but I think also doing this for your home is so cool. Not only do you have matches all around so you can light candles and do your thing, but you can also gift these to your friends and your family when they come over, so they have a little piece of your home at their home when they leave. So I want to do our monogram just like our last name, but I know that some people get like their stationery customized and things like that, so you can, or if you have a house name, that's also very chic. But I just think that this is just a fun, chic thing that you can do, and it also gives your guests like a little gift when they leave. Okay, I think that's it. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, and I will do more. Let me know down in the comments what you find incredibly chic when you go to people's home, or things that you do to your home or that you have created in your home. I want to know. I am so happy about this little series. I don't know, when I saw that TikTok, it just brought the biggest smile to my face. I was like, you know, little luxuries are just fun in life. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in a couple days with another. Bye.
I would say we were good together. I would say we had fun.